Welcome back to Uptime.com and to our video on best practices for the transaction check. The transaction check allows you to create scripts to mimic user actions. To learn the basics of the transaction check and the recorder, check out our other videos in our YouTube library. Steps are built out using a series of commands and validators, either manually using your developer tools or with our no-code approach using the transaction check recorder. Commands are action steps, such as click an element, set variable, or go to URL. While validation options look for elements that contain text, whether an element exists, or for specific status codes to be returned, such as HTTP code 200. It is recommended to use both commands and validations to ensure the site is working as expected. Before we get into best practices for configuring a transaction check, let's cover some basics about the structure of the check itself. Steps are combined to build a full script for the check. The transaction check supports a total script time of 60 seconds, allowing approximately 1.2 seconds automatically between navigation steps. To manage this, it's best to keep the check script to one process. For example, one check tests a login process, and a second check validates a payment process. Please note that we recommend using test credentials for any login pages for increased security. Other commands related to time are the wait for commands. Some common steps in any transaction checks are the wait for element to exist or wait for element to contain text commands, which helps to ensure the element has loaded before a click action, or a fill-in field command. A transaction check will move through the script steps faster than a human would. For example, while filling in a form field, the transaction check will wait for the field's element to exist before beginning to enter in the information. However, even though the element exists, this does not mean that the field is ready for input. Using a wait for command can ensure that the transaction check waits for the field to be accessible to avoid partial data entry. You will also see in the commands menu a wait for 1 second option. The difference between these two command types is the way JavaScript is handled. Using the command wait for element to exist only waits for the element itself, not for the JavaScript to complete. Whereas adding wait for 1 second will allow additional time for JavaScript to load. Keep in mind, it also adds an additional second to the overall script time of 60 seconds for the check. To cover some other best practices, let's set up a simple 7-step check to validate the Uptime.com domain health tool. Step 1 is go to URL. The go to URL command will follow up to 20 redirects. Step 2 is the wait for element to exist command. Validations do not wait long for elements to load, so adding a step to wait for this element to exist increases the stability of your check. Step 3 fills in a field with our domain. It's also important to know that transaction checks will mimic user actions exactly as they are configured. If you are testing a form submission or a payment process using a dummy credit card, ensure this process is not using a third-party solution to avoid incurring any additional charges. Step 4 is where we submit our form. When selecting buttons and other elements using tags, it is recommended to select the button tag itself. It is also best practice to monitor transactions with both your dev and production sites, and to manage the labeling of elements so that the transaction check can successfully locate them. Step 5 validates the URL of our webpage to ensure we've navigated correctly. Validating a URL is a great way to ensure that your previous navigation step has transported you to the correct page. Keep in mind that validating the URL does not validate the elements on the page itself. Step 6 will utilize the wait for element to exist step. Step 7 will wait for a specific element to contain text. Adding a few final validation steps if your check script is not too long can make sense. These can be used to validate that the page has loaded, but also that all of the important information is visible to the end user. Finally, before saving, it is recommended to select a monitoring interval that is right for you. Keep in mind that the check will run from all of your configured locations consecutively within the interval that you set. For example, if you have 5 locations configured with a 5-minute interval, you will get approximately 1 minute of monitoring coverage for your transaction check. To learn more about our best practices for advanced settings, escalations, and maintenance, check out our video library or reach out to us directly at support@uptime.com. Thanks for watching.